Tonight's homework lesson is Unit 5, Lesson 2. We're going to be working with word problems with unknown addends, that means when we add, or unknown factors, which means we multiply. So let's look at the first one. I need a situation equation, and I write the equation just as the word problem lays it out for me. So Asha made 15 sandwiches. 6 were cheese, and the rest were peanut butter. How many peanut butter sandwiches did Asha make? Okay, well, let's look at first sentence. Asha made 15 sandwiches. So we know that's our total. She didn't make any more or any less than 15. 6 were cheese, and the rest were peanut butter. So I don't know what my peanut butter were. So if I take my cheese and I add my peanut butter, I'm going to get the total amount of sandwiches. So I'm missing an addend here. I do the opposite operation, which would be minus, and I always put my largest number first when I minus. So 15 minus 6 equals n, so that's how I would solve this. Then I actually solve it. 15 minus 6 equals 9. N equals 9 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay, let's look at number 2. Farah has 13 CDs. She gave some of them to her sister. Now Farah has 15 CDs. How many did she give to her sister? Okay, so let's start out. She has 13 CDs. She gave some, so I need to minus. We don't know how many the sum is, so that would be my n. But now after she gave some to her sister, we have 5. So our solution is going to be, we're going to take 13, we're going to minus 5. Now, the reason I'm not switching my operation here is because this is not an addend. This is a subtrahend. Remember? Those are different digits according to the operation that we use. So therefore, this is not an addend, so I'm not going to reverse the operation, and that would equal n. Then I actually solve it. 13 minus 5 equals 8. N equals 8. Go back to my problem. How many did she give to her sister? I'm talking about CDs. And I box my answer. So this one I do not switch operations because this is not an addend. Let's look at the next one. Joseph did 7 push-ups yesterday. Today he did some more. In all tells me to add, he has done 14 push-ups. How many did he do today? Let's go back to my first sentence. Joseph did 7 push-ups yesterday. So I'll put that down. Today he did some more. Well, I need to add if he did more. In all, he has done 14 push-ups. Let's put 14 here. Now I have added. So I do the opposite operation. So 14 minus 7 equals n. Solve it. 14 minus 7 equals 7. N equals 7 push-ups. I box my answer. In this case, because I do have an addend, I do the opposite operation. Let's look at the next one. Devin's album contains 40 digital photos. There are 10 pages with an equal number of photos on each page. How many photos are on each page. When I look at this equation, I see the word each and each. That tells me I need to multiply. So I already know when I see each, I need to multiply. If I look at my last question, how many photos are on each page? That is my unknown. I need to find out my each. So that's the n that goes inside my circle here. Now I can go back and fill in the other information. Devin's album contains 40 digital photos. That's my total. There are 10 pages. So my equation looks like this. I have 10 pages. I put this equal number of photos on each page, and I have a total of 40 photos. Now I'm missing a factor, so I need to do the opposite operation, which would be divide. As in subtraction, my large number always comes first. 40 divided by 10 equals n. And I solve it. 40 divided by 10 equals, I count by 10s till I get to 40. 10, 20, 30, 40, give me 4. N equals 4. How many photos? 4 photos. And I box my answer. Let's look at the next one. Brent has 81 miniature cars in his collection. There are 9 cars in each box. Look what I see already. There's my each. How many boxes of cars are there? Seeing I have the word each, I know it's a multiply. I put my circle, I put my equal sign. There are 9 cars in each box, so I know my each. Brent has 81 miniature cars in his collection, so I know he has a total of 81. So I need to know how many boxes. How many boxes does he have with 9 cars in each box if he has 81 miniature cars? I'm missing a factor. Opposite operation. 81 divided by 9 equals n. And I solve it. 81 divided by 9 equals 9. I label my answer. N equals 9 boxes. And I box my answer. Okay, number 6, create and solve. Write and solve a word problem in which you must find an unknown addend or factor. Well, I'm going to choose to do an unknown addend. So I have, let's say 10 candy bars. I have 10 candy bars. So then my addend, because it wants a missing addend, the next information I give is my unknown. So let's have Chris gives me 10, nope, I don't want 10, gives me some more. Candy bars. And so I don't want to tell you that, Adam. Remember, I have 10 candy bars. Chris gives me some more candy bars. Now I have 25. I'm just going to put CB for candy bars. My question now, how many did Chris give me? My question. So my equation would be I have 10 candy bars, 10. Then Chris gives me some more, so if I get them, that's add. I don't know how many Chris gave me because sum doesn't tell me. But now that I have Chris's and I count my candy bars, I have 25. I'm missing an addend, so I do the opposite operation, which would be minus. My big number comes first, so 25 minus 10 equals n. 25 minus 10 equals, okay, let's put it up here, 25 minus 10, 5 minus 0 is 5, 2 minus 1 is 1, equals 15, n equals 15, and I'm going to put CB for candy bars. And I box my answer. And that is the end of Unit 5, Lesson 2, Word Problems with Unknown Addends or Unknown Factors.